Bliss Catalyst, what are the things I should look for before I marry someone? This, of course, is a question that many singles have asked me, and I always shy away from answering them, but I'm going to answer them today. Why do I shy away from answering this question? The simple reason is because many times people have found someone that you maybe tick a few boxes and they've already decided that that's the person I'm going to marry, and they're just looking for how you say one or two things to validate a decision that they have already made. And no matter what you tell them, when they're in that bubble where they found someone that they are excited about, usually there's nothing you're going to tell them. They're going to twist it to mean that this is the person I want to marry, and sometimes they are not always right. And that's why the first thing I'm going to say is that there are just 5 things I'm going to talk about. But before I talk to you about them, the first thing you need to realize is that these 5 traits, you may not notice them when you start dating the person. You are better off noticing them only when you are in friendship with this person. And that's why, as a rule of thumb, never date anyone that you have not been friends with. Not if you are serious about dating to marry. Okay? So you may not notice these 5 traits. You may be clueless on finding them out once you already get into a romantic connection with this person. But if you're still at that friendship level, you are better off. You are in a better position to actually notice these 5 things. There are 5 of them, and the 5th one, trust me, is the most powerful one. The number 1 trait you must look for is values. The value of a person is not what they say their value is. The value of the person is what they live out right in front of you. So don't pay attention so much to what they say. Watch out for how they live. Watch out for the things they talk about. Watch out for the kind of things that gets their emotion. Is this the kind of person who shouts and rakes and all of that? Trust me, that is exactly what their value is. They may tell you that quietness and gentleness is one of my core values, but if they shout and scream and get angry easily, trust me, that is who the person is. You must always make the assumption that this person will never change, instead of thinking you are going to change them. What you should ask yourself is, if this person never changes, living this kind of lifestyle, will I be comfortable to be their partner forever? Okay? Values, very important. Beliefs is also very important. Beliefs can be close to value, but they are actually different. What are their core beliefs about important aspects of life? Starting with spirituality. Maybe you believe that we should keep sex until marriage. This person believes that. And belief like values is not about what they say, it is about what they do. It's about what they do. So what are their belief system about money, about sex, about spirituality, about fashion, about entertainment, about career, about business, about the future, about relationship, about marriage? Do you have a similar belief? Because the belief of a person is their map of the world. And if you're going to go on a journey with someone, it is simple wisdom to ensure that you are both looking at that future, reading from the same map. Because if 2 people are navigating on the same journey and they are holding 2 different maps, you are already in for a chaotic experience. So what are their beliefs about life? And it's not for you to try to change their belief. Their belief is their belief. The question you are asking is, does it align with mine? If it doesn't align, then you need, for instance, if someone is dating 2-3 people at the same time, don't wait until they tell them that they believe in polygamy. They don't need to tell you. They are already telling you. You can already see it, So that is where they are, and you simply need to ask yourself, does it align with mine? Will I be happy to live with this belief system? Otherwise, you already know what to do. Third one is friendship. Very, very important. Can I be friends with this person? If romance was not on the table, if we're not ever going to marry, if this was a colleague in the office, will it be the kind of person that I actually want to talk to and be with every single day? Friendship, again, is what holds marriage together. Romance is not what holds marriage together. It is friendship. Friendship is far more important than romance. But that's exactly why I said these traits, you are better off noticing them when you are still at that friendship stage. So when you're already in the bubble of romance, you may be clueless on reading out these traits. Friendship is very, very important. The 4th one is purpose. Life is not about marriage. Life is about purpose. And if your purposes do not align, you don't necessarily, of course, you don't have to be in the same industry or be in the same kind of gig, but is there alignment? Can we work together? For instance, if my babe wants to run clubs and I want to be a pastor, how is that going to work? Those are critical questions you need to ask yourself about purpose. Where am I going in life? If, for instance, you are the kind of lady, you are the boss lady, you're looking at conquering your industry and flying around the world and all of that, that, and this person says, oh, my wife must be, a homemaker, must be at home every day to cook fresh soup for me every day, you already know that this is not going to work for your purpose. Trust me, the fulfillment that you get from your purpose is more important than anything else that life is going to give you. So don't subjugate your purpose on the altar of marrying this person. If this person's lifestyle and belief system and even their own purpose does not work or support your purpose, then you know that it's definitely not going to work, because life is not about marriage. Life is about purpose. Marriage is supposed to be an enabler of purpose. So that is very, very important. And lastly, like I said, and most importantly, is the person's level of emotional health. This is extremely important, because everybody says they want to love. Everybody says, I love you. Everybody wants to love. They really, really mean it, and they want to love. But many times they want to love, but they lack the capacity to love. And that is what we're talking about, emotional health. Because no matter how excited you are about playing football, if you are nursing a bad injury on your knee, you are never going to be able to play. And it's not a function of how seriously you really want to play. It's just a function of health that is not in place. You need to be aware, what is the level of emotional health that this person currently has? Where are they on their level of emotional maturity? Am I sure that I'm not going to be there? Because what happens when someone, you may get angry, you may call them the devil or whatever it is, but nobody will treat you better than the level of their emotional strength. Trust me. You may get better treatment for a while because they are induced by the power of romance, but over time, and when push comes to shove, and when, rubber meets the road, like they say, the treatment you will get will be at the exact level of their emotional health. So check it out. What are the patterns you are seeing? Are there some red flags? Is this the kind of person who does not know how to treat somebody with kindness? Is this the kind of person who does not know how to say, I'm sorry? Is this the kind of person who thinks they are all perfect and everybody is supposed to be worshiping them? Who exactly are you dealing with? What is the level of their emotional health? It's extremely important that you are able to pin them down to where they are emotionally before you make a long-term commitment, because nothing you say is going to change that. If they are emotionally immature, you are in for a really tough ride. So what are the 5 things? Your value, your belief, your purpose, friendship, and your emotional health. Yes, those are the 5 things. Very, very important. Keep that in mind. But like I said, you're better off reading these traits in the friendship level than in the romantic level. You need to pick up my book to get these and many more, wisdom to guide your dating journey. The book is titled How to Avoid the Biggest Mistake of Your Life. Go to my website, blisscatalyst.org, for a copy of that book. It will save you a lifetime of pain and put you on a path towards a blissful marriage. I wish you bliss.